Kaboom! Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Dim YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting
live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are hearing me clearly, first and foremost. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly as well. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class. Was slated to start at 7:30, but had some technical challenges. So I had to change out my audio interface because the one that I would use, I update the system recently and the extension is, the plugin is broken. I never realized that. So, I know if you know see and hear me clearly then. Check. Audio check 1. Testing 1, 2, 3. I say some people are come through on the chat and thing. Hold on there, cause we like get done with the thing promptly. You understand? So I go on over here, so bam. Yeah. I know. Just a moment, checking on a few things, on a few places. Okay, so we're live on Facebook. Should be live on Twitter. I'm not seeing that. Oh yeah, I think we're live over there as well. Say it above for me, no. Yeah, peace. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect to the ones them. Let me, when I hear me clearly, that's the first thing. As I say, I have some, okay, loud and clear. I had to change out the audio interface and try to figure out some things. You understand? Out of practice, out of touch, rusty, and crusty. You understand? Big up to the people in the building, We're there, yeah, mama and papa. You understand what I say? Take your hand from you. You know what thing, not change of the teachers. So me same one. You understand? We're there, man. We're not going nowhere. You see? And we just observe what I go on. You see me, I say analyze what I go on. Make one assessment and pass one judgments. You understand? Some things we don't say publicly. See, for various reasons. I'll start off by saying, and I've said this many a times, 95% of the things I say is 5% of the things that I can say or could say. You understand what I say? But at the end of the day, you have to know the door. You understand? We have been doing this long enough to understand how the thing works. You see me? And some local things. So we come to talk about some things. You understand? As I said, we're kind of late, but you know what thing go. I'm glad that the one them hear me. I don't know what I'm going. Like all my AC now cool. I don't know. I said something for me, I couldn't tell you what I'm going. You understand? I there hold the AC and freeze up the place. You understand? I want to stream no AC now. I there today. I remember something if you check some things and the audio interface I want to use now work. And the one. You understand? We're there. But we will make it work. You understand? So big up to the ones them. And I don't want nobody talking in my ears. Boss say, I come a big up people. I go big up people. You understand what I say? So the people that I see from a taller time, I don't big up on yourself. Everybody who in the chat, manners and respect. Nikki, Ricky Paul, blessings in you Wilson. Asian Duhaney, what I pronounce that correctly. Empress MS, Wagwan, Leighton Dunbar, DeAndre, Wagwan, bro. Zane Craig, where you did, father? You understand? Lisa 6, think of the first time I said the name, the Rosalie Ashley, Princess Nikki, Chef Dwight, all of the people, Empress Sophia, Zine Cookie Mama, big up yourself in the Empress. You understand? So, I don't want nobody talk about say me I take long for start the stream and me I talk. You didn't me I talk, me come for talk. You understand? Next thing, what I go on there, so? Zine, this thing look like it a buffer. I don't know what I'm to my internet night. Yo, I don't know what I go on, I don't know what I go on. It stream a buffer on phone side, but I know. You understand? Because on my screen run I say it a boing like a go-go. I don't know. You see? So, but I know. Yeah, I'm here and I also feel nice. Yeah, son. The line of breakup. Nicky say line of breakup. Me don't know what go on. Boom. Then me not use that. So, yo, me don't know. We not use no wifey. We had the hardland connection. We use hardwire connection. So, me don't know. Me do a speed check and see what go on. I say, cause say, see it and chung, you know. You know, everybody life on me one, you know. You understand what I say? Hold on there now. Boom, so. I could do some check. I done there already. You know, nobody gonna away, you know, because I don't want to stay. You understand? If you look better, you know, unplug the modem wait. Nicky, if me unplug my modem now tomorrow again for you see me, you know. You understand what I say? So then that can't go work. It's still a buffer over here. So I don't know. Let me check it on my phone and see what I go on. You understand? Stream on phone. Alright, this is the way down, so we will late. I don't know. It's buffering at my end. Yo, I love this. You understand? I don't like this. Alright, we'll go and see if we cycling still and thing. I don't know if it buffering continue. But I don't know what I'm going. Everything should be alright. I don't know. Internet say it work fine. Everything should be working fine. But yes, I know everything go. Alright. Your visual is good, but the audio is breaking. I can't understand why that wouldn't happen, you know. Mic check one. As I said, for the people that just forward on, they have to change my main audio interface over to something else because the one the plug-in broken because I update the system thing at DR2 ago. So I don't know. We'll see what going on. People are saying better now. That's why it's good to have backup. By the way, have you tried Starlink yet? No, enough now. We're not tried it yet. Yeah, no, we don't need internet normally working fine. I don't know what happened. So all of a sudden, then everything start go downhill. But I don't need to forget Starlink one of them time to get a try and see what is what. Because in the event, so something go on, we need to up and running, see me. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I don't like this. But I go on through the thing. Stream is baby. You see me? So peace, big up on yourself. Night again. Yeah, son. Hope everybody alright. It's been a minute. You see me? But we're still in it. You understand what I say? Don't think we're gone now. So since the last time I streamed, which wasn't as long ago as some people think, you know, smooth on my side of the earth. Alright, so hopefully it'll balance out itself. Seeing a number of things have happened. One of them were there. You understand? So we just run through that before we talk about the things I'm really comfortable about. Then you know the new Road Traffic Act has become law, and all the teething pain, the gripe and the running belly and them something there, seeing there are a lot of issues, you know, the child restraint situation that wasn't practical to begin with, to be honest with you, especially for taxi drivers. You understand? And some other things. But before I move on, let me say a few things about the implementation of the Road Traffic Act. In essence, I understand what the hope is. I think it is geared towards improving or curbing indiscipline amongst road users and ultimately to save lives. However, the implementation of the Road Traffic Act was amateur at best. I don't know how a national piece of legislation could be officially released into law with so many issues and inefficiencies, deficiencies, I suppose. Then also, I don't know that enough was done as it relates to education in terms of public education, but also retraining of the police force to treat with the new laws in the Road Traffic Act, because the truth is that many police officers within the force are still not competent enough in treating with civilians. They are not polite, they are not professional, and as such, those things should have been treated with in conjunction with the rollout of the Road Traffic Act. The infrastructure should also have been improved in terms of the roadways. Many of them are in a state of disrepair. I know that highways are being built and all of them something, but the other roads need treating with. The signage on the roads also need improvement. And a lot of things. So from the government part of it, it may have been premature and hastily done. And then me hear man I say, yo, and them did in a power when the Road Traffic Act was formulated was the opposition that crap that. You understand? So if the opposition table one idiot bill and me in a power now, me supposed to come and ensure that the bill is not as idiot as it was before. I'm fixing nobody come tell me that crap. The buck stops with the government. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to go with that. You understand? Now, a lot of things in this country needs to improve, and how our legislators approach certain things is fundamentally one of the things that needs to be improved. You understand? As I said, police officers, and big up to all of the professional, good police officers them out there. You understand me? I say we have many of those. However, on the flip side of that, we also have many officers who needs to learn to serve and protect, and not to bully and unnecessarily wield the power that is vested in them through their membership in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. You understand? Many times citizens react to police officers because of how they are approached. So all of them something they need to fix up. So the whole framework needed to have been looked at, and systemically, gradually address as many of the issues as possible before a full rollout of the Road Traffic Act. And as I said, let me take it back. I understand why we need a situation like that, and then somebody finds them really and truly astronomical. And I also fear that some of these fines may also lead to more corruption within the police force, as a man probably would be willing to give a police officer $10,000 than to pay a $50,000 ticket. You know, think about it. You understand what I mean? So all of these things we have to treat with and them something there. So and don't get me wrong, peeps. A lot of these laws are archaic and antiquated and medieval and crap at best, and they need to be modified and modernized. Don't get me wrong. I am wholly and solely for that. However, it can't be just okay. We need to change the laws. There has to be research. You understand? There has to be conversation with all stakeholders. There has to be a whole heap of dynamics being addressed and just change laws for change laws' sake. You understand what I'm saying? So, hope this is a situation where the lessons have been learned. Then the government would have reacted to the public outcry with the child restraint seat and probably a few other things. So I don't know, we're watching and see. But it kind of amateur at best. You understand, the whole rollout. And then the whole outstanding traffic ticket situation and the amnesty situation and the whole of them look at things. I'm modern and the next thing. We live in an age now where too many things have to be done in the tax office. At 2023, we ain't, brother. Not 1923, you know. Many more things needs to be moved online in terms of treating with tax office. You understand what I'm saying? it's just like the government love crowd, people love crowd. Crowd. The more people in the location, the better it is. The fuller the tax office, them the better apparently. I don't know. We love excitement and crowd. You understand me? I say, hey Ellie, how are you? It's great to see you. See, so that's one. I'm not comfortable upon them something because I shouldn't talk about them things a long time when them happen. But true say when they in a stream like, you understand, this tabling of the sentencing revision bill happen where people who are, well, it is hope that when the bill is final and it is passed into law, if you are convicted for murder, you will be sentenced to 40 years. And I think you have to serve 30 before them something. You understand what I say? So we are watch that. You understand? A constitutional reform committee was eventually created because the opposition did say them now be a part of that because of this and that and that. So them farm that. So we are hope say them can work together for the betterment of the country and Jamaicans and a whole will benefit from the formation of said committee. One of the hot button topic is moving Jamaica away from the Queen to a republic. So that is on the table as well. And we watch and see. See, them finally lock up thief in. Let me not say that. They finally lock up Gene and Panther. I'm not sure what took so long. You understand? So, I don't know. So, right. She was remanded the last time she got court to and then something. So, we are watching and see. And people are saying, oh, come nobody else now arrested and them things. Me is not one of the investigators. I couldn't tell you. You understand what I say? And all both money I go. I don't know neither. I don't work around SSL. You see? So just like you, I am watching and see. I am not one, never have been, never will be one to come and tell us, say, I say go when I don't know if I say go. You understand? So we are watch. News broke a few days ago, probably a week or so ago, in relation to Vibes Cartel's Privy Council appeal. News broke first that it was thrown out and the conviction will continue. However, it is not the entire case and it was aspects of the case, especially surrounding the request of his defense team for the admission of new evidence centered around the cell phone because his legal team got technical experts to assess the phone and they were asking the Privy Council to have their expert testify in front of the Privy Council. The Privy Council said no. So we watch chances. So the case is still alive and well, but that aspect of it is a no-go. All right? There have been a few strikes of late, especially done by RGD, where the whole reclassification of public sector workers is causing some unease and disquiet. And eventually the ministry met with them a few days ago. They had what? 2-3 days worth of strike? Overall, I think 2. I don't remember. You understand? The JTA said them not signed no wage bill recently. I don't know that I go. The Police Federation said some things. I know that $10 additional billion was added to the estimates of expenditure for the budget for the new upcoming fiscal year to treat with public sector wages and them something else. So that go on run on one part, run on one place. Then security guards had a rough week last week. The robbery in Portmore Pines where one security guard was killed and not 2 were injured. 1 was admitted, 1 was released. I'm hearing that the female, that I'm not sure. I don't know if the female has succumbed to the injuries that she received. Police killed 2 security guards, a Negril, I think, responding to a robbery. Long story, I don't know. 1 fell off a bus on the Portmore toll. 1 was killed in Mobay. 1 was shot in St. Anne's Bay. Many different things are going to read the whole thing. You understand? So, to the family and friends of all the security guards who lost their lives recently, my deepest sympathies. things that away. You understand? The beryllium situation, as far as I know and can remember, it is normally 4 security personnel, the driver, Zane, then you have one man who normally come out with a pump rifle, Zane, a governor of a perimeter there, so then 2 normally go in at the 8, go collect the money, if I collect them and collect money, or go reload the ATM. And this occasion, it was 2 people missing outside, plus apparently the driver was still in the vehicle, so it's 3. So I don't know what happened to the situation where it is normally 4 people. So I don't know if they must scale back or I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? But the criminals are becoming more and more brazen. And it's not the first time. I think there was a robbery at one credit union in Portmore not so long ago too, where a security guard was killed and some hostage situation for a minute. And so, yeah, I think a businessman was held up and robbed of $10 million yesterday, something like that. Again, I don't know, one who was killed in Mobile was coming back from purchasing lunch. Yeah, man, I think he is with Marksman, I think, if memory serves me correctly. So he went to purchase something and was going back and yeah. So I know since that incident, I have observed personally adjustments being made to the operation of same beryllium. I was on a location a few days after, and I took the opportunity to observe, and my count was what? 4 outside, and I guess the driver in the vehicle. I think 4. Yeah, 2 were at the door there, so then 1 going at the ATM, 1 next one going at the ATM, and I guess about 4 of them. You understand? So apparently some adjustments have been made to their operational structure and thing. You see me? I don't know. The Portmore Pines robbery, 1 man has been held in connection with, as a matter of fact, he wasn't even arrested initially for suspicion of being involved in the robbery. He was held with an illegal weapon, and whilst in custody, it was found out that him and one of the men where police must have looked for in relation to the shooting. So we're watching that to see how that go. You understand? One of the latest firestorm is the announcement by the Ministry of Industry and Commerce that a mostly Jamaican-owned Canadian-based cannabis company has been given a license to import 308 mashed pounds of ganja of cannabis for testing. Apparently, they must say that's strain in their yard, in their abroad, and all sorts of something. I am not sure why that was done. Jamaica has had difficulties trying to get the go-ahead from the Canadian authorities to export medical marijuana to Canada. So I don't know why we are reversing that and giving them the opportunity where them now give us. I don't know. I know some people, like I said, about teach you import carrot and sweet pepper, onion and them something I want to ganja. Then we're going to import everything, sir. So, okay. So because we import some things means that we do this can. As far as I have heard, I have never smoked ganja. I have never smoked, period. You see? But based on what me hear say best ganja in the world is Jamaica. So then, if the best ganja in the world is Jamaica, then why we are need for import ganja for test? We don't test all of the strains them where we have here. And if we don't have the strain them, we do best in the medical marijuana field. What about acquiring said strain and cultivating them? We're not short of land. We don't short of land for cultivate ganja, you know. You understand? And the next thing with the ganja, kind of technicality, you know, because I am learning that when it come on to the granting of licenses for treating with ganja, some people are given a license just to do research. Some people are given license just to plant. Some people are given license to export. Some people are given license to do other things. So it's not one license govern all things. So, but still I try to acquire some information so I can, treat with these things as them come up. When I just like get up and talk. So it kind of technical. However, Mr. Arbin Hill defend the granting of said license I don't know why. You understand? As me say, if we don't have that strain, get it, grow it here. You understand? Jamaica is a tropical country. Most things will grow here. You understand? Marijuana is supposed to be a tropical plant at best. I think, or it thrives best in the tropics. I mean, it grows other places, but I suppose it thrives well within the tropics. I mean, I know. You see me? And thing. Yeah, what gonna happen with the ganja thing? We are gonna sit down and make bureaucracy and legislation and red tape and blue tape and green tape choke away whilst other parts of the world are taking huge leaps in treating with the whole ganja situation, the medical aspect of it and other aspects. And by the time we decide so we'll catch up, it don't make no sense. Everybody will lead way already. You understand what I say? So I don't know what is holding us back. It is potentially a major export earner. And we export-import deficit is massive. You understand? So that may be able to bridge the gap. So I don't know. Teach them, I hear them going to grow it. Them give a specialist from overseas. Well, as Mr. Messella try to get some info. You understand? So we see what go on around one part, around one place. See? I just talk off the top of my head read this still, to be honest with you, because I haven't really and truly familiarized myself with the information as much as I should have. Zane, but me know say it kind of hot there now, so we kind of, you understand? So as I said, these are some of the things that have happened since, but some things that we want to talk about, you know. Zane, because you don't know a thing. The situation surrounding the National Integrity Action and the Prime Minister, so many levels that, well, I don't even know. Only Miss Panton alone get charged with what happened to the oligarch them. As me can't answer that for the Andre, I suppose the investigators would be able to provide some information with that. I am not able to do so. You understand what I say? I can only work with the information as is made available by said investigators. Until then, I can't tell you what and who involved. She has taken responsibility for her part, Zane. So we'll see where the chips fly, breasts. You understand? And thing. So we are watching and see. So there was a report tabled in Parliament from the National Integrity Action that the Prime Minister was referred to the Director of Investigation within the NIA in relation to a conflict of interest in the awarding of some contracts some years ago. You understand? And one heap of foolishness go on. See? And thing. So it was said that he was referred to the. Alright, so let me read this, because I don't want to tell a lie about nobody. So no charges against Wholeness, and that in itself is an issue right there. So Rules Director of Corruption Prosecution. So Keisha Prince Kamika, the Director of Corruption Prosecution at the Integrity Commission, has ruled that no charges will be preferred against Prime Minister Andrew Holness. So Director of Investigation at the Commission, Kevin Stevens, had referred a report to Prince Kamika implicating the Prime Minister in an alleged conflict of interest after he concluded that Holness may have influenced the awarding of millions of dollars in government contracts to the company of a business associate. The recommendation was made in a 107-page report which contains details of an investigation into the award of government contracts to Westcon Construction Limited between 2006 and 2009. However, Prince Kamika, in a ruling dated February 13, 2023, said in relation to conflict of interest allegations against Holness, with additional material being made available which investigations have failed to contradict or provide more evidence in support of the offences contemplated, no criminal charges can be laid. I hope people understand that so far. You understand? Watch out now. A ruling has also been made in relation to a possible breach of Section 29 of the then Contractor General's Act, in which the Ministry of Education, the National Works Agency, and the Social Development Commission failed to submit quarterly contract reports of contracts awarded to Westcon Construction Limited to the then Office of the Contractor General. Interesting. But the long and short of the story is that he was referred to one person to be charged, but the person said no charges will be filed because the evidence threshold was not met, technically speaking. However, the issue that arose now was that it was tabled in front of Parliament that he was referred to said person, which is Prince Kamika, Keisha Prince Kamika, which is the Director of Corruption Prosecution. But she decides that a charge is not going to be laid. However, the Integrity Commission still published the findings of the report, not adding that no charges will be laid. So here lies the issue. And let us not confuse the issue. One issue is that the Prime Minister, there was belief by the investigator that there was a conflict of interest. See? The matter was submitted to the Director of Corruption Prosecution for a ruling to be made. See? So let us not forget that there was questions about a conflict of interest, because that has died a natural death. While she said he won't be charged. Because of how it was treated with, that became secondary. You understand? Because many areas of the society, including probably the most powerful body in the country, if you ask me, the private sector organization of Jamaica. So this article says PSOJ appalled by the IC's, which really Integrity Commission's actions in the wellness probe. Zine, so many people were very upset, Zine, because of how it was treated with. It would have been interesting to see how it would have penciled out if Miss Prince Kamika had said that charges should be laid. That was interesting. So, and the reason why we are talking about this is one. That conflict of interest thing with politicians is inevitable, And let me tell you why. Because as far as I know how politicians operate, Zane, they tend to, in their pursuit for power, align themselves with various type of people of various reputes and reputation, and in their alignment and the solicitation of support, things are promised. And if a man support me in my campaign and him have a construction company, when me hold a thing, I will make him eat some food. That's how politicians operate. Some don't make it go on like we don't know. You understand? And it is not supposed to be done. Many contracts are given without companies going through the right channels and the procurement guidelines as are stated within the Constitution of Jamaica and all sort of something. And I would be very surprised if there is a politician currently that has not, in some way, shape, or form, been involved in some conflict of interest situation as it relates to the awarding of contracts in the past. I would be very surprised to learn of a politician who has not been involved in that. You understand? So, for me personally, I speak for me, and so when I come here, come stream, I speak for me, myself. You understand? This revelation was not surprising to me, because the truth is, all of the politicians that we have met nice about it, them would have had questionable contract situation with some people run at some party, run at some place. They can't tell me nothing. Both PNP and JLP. At the truth of the matter. Put on this one, yes. Well, throw it, because you can't taste it. Yeah, so you understand what I mean? So I'm going to pretend like say it is not a new thing. You understand? It is just now that the Integrity Commission find a situation where some evidence point directly to the Prime Minister. However, them say it was not enough for charges to be officially laid. You understand what I say? This need to stop. Yes, that's something I have to stop. So I sincerely hope that our politicians want to clean up on the act. You understand? Some people have said, but then teach, then you think say this could continue against the Prime Minister and them charge him and him I don't know. You understand what I say? Me can't tell you something or that happen when it happen. You see, me no know then, we don't know. But them said them not charging him. However, let us not forget the fact that how we got here in the first place is because there were concerns about a conflict of interest within the awarding of contracts to a company where one of the operators of the company is believed to be an associate of the Prime Minister. Let us not forget that. So despite how the NIA treated with the situation, let's not forget said that was part of the thing. See? And as night fall a day, I assure you that most, if not all, politicians are guilty of the same thing and it needs to stop. That is why you have procurement guidelines. Yeah? Just follow the rules in the family. You see me? So, yeah. So the private sector organization of Jamaica say it is appalled the Integrity Commission released a report with adverse findings against the Prime Minister, but failed to reveal the ruling by the Director of Corruption Prosecution that the findings did not give rise to prosecutable offences and no charges would be sought. So, them submit the file to the Director of Corruption Prosecution, knowing full well, they release the findings knowing full well that the corruption of prosecution, let me get this, the Director of Corruption Prosecution ruled that no charges will be filed. So if you're going to release the finding of the report as you should, because Parliament need for know. But in giving Parliament the report, it should also be accompanied with the rulings of the Director of Corruption Prosecution. So even though concerns were raised by the investigator, and a file was submitted for charges to be considered, when the files were perused and analyzed, there was not enough there to charge. So you can't say, okay, the file was sent for charges to be filed and left it there. So if there was no charges officially filed, then we need to know that too. So if you're submitting the information, you submit the information. And it brings me to a point that I've made many a times. That word integrity, you see? We take it for granted, you know. You understand? And I now accuse Trevor Monroe of anything untowards, you know. But what I am saying, and I've said it before, in that same chair, I'm looking at that same camera, I talk to that same microphone, that I believe that it is a conflict of interest for Trevor Monroe, former PNP senator and PNP political representative in various forms, to be heading the Commission of Integrity. It should never happen. And frankly, nobody who has been active in the Jamaica Labour Party should ever be heading the Integrity Commission, because humans are exactly that, humans. And as such, it can't work. See? So, Mark, you know, most people in Jamaica have some form of political belief or ideology, you know. See? However, a man who has been so active in a political party cannot head a body that is supposed to police political parties and politicians. It can't make no sense. So Trevor Monroe end up as head of the Integrity Commission, Integrity Action, is beyond me. $5 jerk, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. We're there, man. You know, a long time we don't do this, but we're there now. You understand what I say? See? So, and thanks to the people who stick around despite the technical challenges in the early part, I think. You see me, I say? There's also a suggestion that somebody else who is in the Integrity Commission top brass was once an advisor to former PNP President Peter Phillips. I have not been able to verify that as yet, so I can't even talk about that. However, we are talking about Trevor Monroe. We know what his history has been in terms of his support and involvement in the People's National Party. He should not be heading the Integrity Commission. Nobody from the Jamaica Labour Party who has been so active in the political landscape of the JLP or PNP should be heading the Integrity Commission body. That can't make no sense. That in itself is a conflict of interest as well. You see? And I've said that long before this episode. Like, more time I say some things and when it happen, you know, I say people like say, you know, a boy, big head boy, them not him not easy, you know. It's simple. It's just that we are look at the thing fair and square. You understand what I say? So think about that. The Integrity Commission, in my honest opinion, lacks integrity because of who is leading the commission at this point in time. Trevor Monroe has been too involved in politics to be head of the Integrity Commission. Argument done. See? And a long time, we can search on the stream them and find more than one instance in which I've said that, you know. So, I don't want people feel like, say, I chew this up. No, brother, we don't do that something there. See? All right. It has to be independent, definitely. It have to be that. And Mark, you know, you have some people in there who have a preference for the PNP or the JLP, you know, or UIC for that matter. Because them say, UIC say, them have media blackout and nobody now support them and them something. You understand what I say? So UIC too. You understand? And them and them people. However, a man who has been so involved in a political party and so visible cannot be head of the Integrity Commission. It has to be an independent body. And if it is called the Integrity Commission, there should be no instance where the integrity of the Integrity Commission is questioned by the makeup of the board or the leadership of said commission. But like, we keep making some basic school mistakes in the administration of the country. Like, me can't understand them look at something here. I mean, and as me say, we have this love for people with letters in front and beside and back of their name. But the truth of the matter is sometimes some simple man out the street, brother, can see some things where it's like the letter them with the back of them man and him a blind them. A common sense, but them say common sense, so common no more. Empress Nicole, you can word it or you want to word it. Based on what I understand it to be, is that whilst there were issues surrounding the conflict of interest, there was not enough evidence for it to become a prosecutable situation. So you word it different from how it was worded, which is fine. So and we have spoken about that before you came in. So that's fine as well. See? So yeah, that is that. And whilst me on, this is not necessarily politics, the next subject, but let me address it too. See, because I want to talk about it. Kern Spencer. See? We know the situation surrounding Kern Spencer. Whilst he was a junior minister, or minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Technology and I remember what ministry did name at the time. See? Our Ministry of Mining and Energy. I think that was it. He was state minister in the Ministry of Mining and Energy. See? So whilst I am fully aware of the fact, I am fully cognizant of the fact that Kern Spencer was never convicted of a criminal offense. I am well aware of that. See? I think Kern Spencer's continued involvement in active politics is not only unconscionable, but it is very distasteful. Zin? Kern Spencer is not just active in politics. Kern Spencer is currently the chairman of the People's National Party Region 5. Kern Spencer, as far as the information points to, is currently doing groundwork, campaigning to be the PNP's representative for St. Elizabeth Northwest or St. Elizabeth Northeast. I think he was MP for St. Elizabeth Northwest. So I think he's now interested in St. Elizabeth Northeast. Zane? That rubbed me the wrong way, family. And if he is chairman for Region 5, it means then, with the little knowledge that I have from doing politics and change when I was studying, is that he is a member of the PNP's National Executive Council Committee, somewhere there, so. Kern Spencer, you know. And again, I am fully aware of the fact that Kern Spencer was never convicted for a criminal offense. So whilst he was charged and went in front of the courts, he was acquitted. I am fully aware of that. However, based on Kern Spencer's history, in most countries around the world, he could not be presenting himself for political representation again, despite the fact say he was never convicted. That rubbed me the wrong way. Just like the government now, the Jamaica Labour Party has been pushing Andrew Wheatley and committees here, there, and Rona. I think he's currently on the committee that was looking at Portmore becoming a parish, and probably one or a few more committee. I have an issue with that. So whilst he's still MP for wherever he's fine. That's fine. He was elected by the people, and them decide next election if them are going to continue. That is fine. However, based on his stewardship of Petrodram and all that went down under his stewardship, Zane, and again, Mr. Wheatley has never been charged for anything. He has never been tried. He has never been convicted. However, I'm going to say it already. I'm going to say it. I would not be surprised if Andrew Wheatley weave back him way into a ministerial portfolio in the future. Because in Jamaica, politicians are not made to pay for their actions or inactions. We're very forgiving around here as a people. Jamaicans are very forgiving. And it's okay to forgive. But when will personal responsibility and conscience come into play? If I was Kern Spencer, I would never be offering myself again for political representation. But I am not Kern Spencer, and Kern Spencer is not me. But if I was within the top brass of the People's National Party, I would have an issue with Kern Spencer offering himself for political representation. And I would be very strident and adamant that it should not happen. Just like how I would be very strident that Andrew Wheatley, based on his stewardship of Petrodram and what happened there, Low people committee alone, brother. So your MP, because the people them elect you as MP and the constitution say only the people them can decide whether or not you're going to remain as MP. Fine. So go back to the people. I mean, I'm not issue with that. Zine, but them little committee, we are moving step by step back into the cabinet. And some people don't know see these things because there are so many other things out there to treat with in terms of our attention that some people don't see them things here. But if we are serious about improving Jamaica, Zane, we cannot be doing these things over and over and over and over. PJ Patterson was involved, implicated in some way, shape, or form in the Shell Waiver scandal, you know. And him did leave and say I shall return and then come back and be Prime Minister for 150 years. We're very forgiving both here. You understand? Philip Palwell was involved. He was a minister. Let me not even say involved. He was a minister during the NetServe scandal. He was a minister in Energy World. The company did name with them did sign contract with, even though the contract, the contractor general did say there were red flags and adverse finding with the company and all them something there. Philip Powell is still very active in politics. You understand? So, I don't know. I know. But Current Spencer is currently the Region 5 chairman within the People's National Party. I find that hard to believe. You understand? He is currently on the ground now. I think he will be going up against Zeluka Jess. I think that is her name. She was the PNP standard bearer in the constituency that Mike and Clarendon Central, Clarendon Northern, I'm not sure. But Mike Henry constituency, she has contested that in the last 2 elections, I think. But she has now moved over to St. Elizabeth. I want to say St. Elizabeth Northeast. Want to correct me if I'm wrong. Zine? But, yeah. And I saw video clips where Current Spencer was walking through the constituency flanked by the president of the People's National Party. Like, me don't understand that. I know, man. I know. For me, that sends the wrong signal, if you ask me. If I was a signal tester, my tester would say that signal is wrong. You understand? Pushing Andrew Weekly on some committee, run on one part, run on one place until him become a cabinet minister again. My tester would then say that is wrong as well. Among other things with the political landscape in this country. But are we going to hold these politicians responsible? No, we're not. Because when Bell start ring a finger and so I think of them two things that start push up and curry goat and white rice start cook round so and Jerry and him never start walk and some sound start play some tune. We forgot about all these things, you know. And we dog in a orange and we puss in a green. You understand? And we have a bell and what pot cover and all of these things and everything all right again for 5 years. Then we come back, come cry tears. You understand? Say no one cares. You understand? Same thing again, we are fool. You understand? We're doing the same thing over and over and over. It's like, you understand what I say? So, yeah, me didn't want to talk about that. Let me talk about some other things, you know. You see? There have been a lot of videos again circulating with teachers with teachers and students having physical confrontation, conflicts, squabbles, fights, kick down, thump down, all of them sit there. It's a whole heap of them about it. The most recent one is the Dean of Discipline run a Kemsil and one brother and one blue shirt, say my student. Then me see them run on one part and roll up and down and they still. You understand? The minister so she condemn it. The last one, I see one teacher run down one brother in one classroom and them send him home and that sort of sit. I don't know. One next one, I see some girl a beat up one teacher run on one part, run on one place. See, and there was a next one where the teacher ride on the board and them a rub it out. Me have a laugh. Scotty good as the woman, but she's all right, but she's not here tonight. Yes, and she there some part. See? And then me I see these things and me I say then, boy, I don't even know in a rasta. I say, we better, me not like talk about the teaching part, I think, because you see, through me so close to it, I may have a look of bias. You understand? And I try not to be biased. But to put it this way, for example, I'm going to say this clear and straight and plain. The Kemsil situation, there's no way upon the face of this earth here that you couldn't get so close to me if he reach the car. First thing, when him start size up, him start getting. Me not ask him, no boy can't first me. Let me take off my glass, because them your teacher. Make a boy feel like say, him bad. And you say it means what? Means what? You're a fool. Tell her that straight. No boy. You understand? Me a first you. From me start feel like say that in the intention, You know, must in there, no. But don't make me even think say any intention, because you start getting from this. And then the chips them fall where they may. I know some people get offended by that, but that's all right. You understand? You not gonna have me part no video boy punch me in my face. That will never happen. You see me? That can't happen. You will see me on a video punch up a boy face and you can't tell anybody say me say that. Then we deal with it after that. You not take my 3 points of never. You understand? So for the man them who wait still, you can't go and wait. I hope say too late shall be the I hope that not happen. Because them youth are serious. So you must know the depend still. But me not depend that. Never been on that. You understand? And I'll add to this. I have been responsible for the bending and breaking of a few boys who needed bending and breaking, and they became very productive members of the school community and by extension, the nation. We don't play that. Never. You understand? You can't teach in this. You can't teach in discipline, student. You have discipline. And we not abuse nobody pick you know. But no say. You would never see a video with me and a boy upon no girl. Somebody good as the part, but you have to stay down so and let me down with that stone or sit. Me not depend that sitting because you can't come so close. At arm's length every time. One hand this so and the next one a work. Me not depend that. And you can clip out this and send it go give anybody who no want be. You know, no Caribbean expert. Me none of them look a low stock in there. You understand what I say? We are talking about behavior now. We not depend that. You understand? I got serious time, you know. As a teacher, I'm not brute. I'm not even run them joke there, you know. You see? So, no say, every time these things happen, the teacher wrong. I store them in ear. And so, okay, I will be wrong. But no say me I going to be wrong. And no say my face still intact. No that. You understand? So, me not depend them something. Because the first flash, I done it done. Done. Me not play that. Man them, well, I don't know how up to still, but don't do no sort out on yourself, yeah, sir. I remember say, you know, I got always wrong too, so that's the next thing. So, I don't know if you know, I look sitting there and say, do are them something there, I don't know. You understand? Because say, I not apologize. When me talk about them something, I couldn't care less. So, who take offense, that is fine. I am okay with that. You understand? I couldn't care less. But no, say, as a teacher, me not depend that something there. You understand? Yeah. And truth be told is that as an educator down the years, I have not had to treat with many of those instances because we set with things from early, so the message travel around. You understand? A guy know, so they don't play that. But apart from that, it is always respect. Good morning, sir. Good morning, young lady. Good morning, young man. That's how we deal with the youths them. Respect. But you always have a few youths that feel like saying, yo, Mr. Williams a fool. Yeah, man, Mr. Williams a fool, man. Hey, but you're a fool. Teach was the latest on my friend Royal. I do have a friend in your Royal Reed family, so I can't answer that. You answer what I say? Yeah, man. But we not play that. So me just go and watch a video them still. You understand? Me just go and watch a video them still. Me want on a long time, you know. A long time me I tell them to say things I'll get worse, you know. I'm going to say some things so you can't believe, you know. You understand? But no, I take me serious. You understand? It is all when schools are trying to put down them foot and instill rules and discipline, you hear all sort of things, you put them on a close, put the learner on them ear, all of these things help with the discipline process. You understand what I say? All of this thing, all of these little things, what you come defend about and chat about, or no know what go on, someone top gas school from Wappy Kill fill up. You understand? And them still can't find Wappy, you do no even, someone no even go to school for no one, you not even know what go on high school, but you get up and chat. You don't know what go on. And when administrators try instill some discipline at the system, you get video and post it on social media and chat off on the mouth. Someone if you go teach, no one picking them. You understand what I say? Someone Gracie, who name? No. But the rural situation and a serious though expert. I think one of the last thing them try for do is to get something got the Privy Council that was thrown out. I think their case is in front of the Judicial Review Committee now in relation to the judge, Justice Crooks, who used to go Monroe, and all of them something. So them I try find every trick in the book, every technicalities and them something there. You see me? Yeah, man, everything. Can I see the video them and I see the comment them, you know. You understand? Them for focus on teaching people, pick me on. Uno can't stay there. You understand? Grace still up and leave, I think. I'm not sure what going on another part. They may say them arrest somebody down there Friday evening for some sitting. I don't know what going on with that yet. I don't get no information. Me say somebody say them dep and leave a Jamaica, but then they are foreign at work and them do so them are investigate. So I don't know. The down ministry there is a strange place. See, but back to uno down distract me the idea, you know. When administrations have tried to instill some discipline and structure in these schools, so uno see one come on social media, come berate the administration them. You understand? Them a lock out to pitney them and no close pitney make pitney learn and no ear. Yes. They no learn through them clothes and them ear. Zine. But that a part of the whole discipline process. And if you don't support these things, because nobody not kill no pitney them, you know. Nobody no want kill no pitney them. Most teachers, because you have some teachers of a top teacher, you know, because they don't make no sense, you know. But most teachers want what is best for your child. Zine. Can't oppose to some parents when I want nothing for them pitney, you know. But make a principal try to stand firm. No. Only if you teach no one pitney some amount. You know. But anyway, I'm going about that still. You understand what I say? Auntie. Down a hero circle that. Yeah, man. Yeah. As I say, I have all information in an expert. They are going to see, watch and see. You know, they say turn and see no spoil no dance. Yeah, but these videos with these children, you understand? Every now and then one kill one next one. That is very sad. Zane. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, until parenting become that, again, many of these instances will occur, teachers versus students, and many of the teachers get defensive to you, brother, because them know say you them serious, and so someone not take no check now, you know. You understand? So that's the next thing. So we got always have these conflicts arising, and these children are not easy to treat with. You have to have skills. See, you have to have a mixture of the streets in you, the military in you, the police in you, a father in you, a brother in you, a counselor in you. You have to have that mixture. Not everybody have that mixture. Some people are just not cut out for that. See, and some of these things where some people can learn, some people just cannot learn. And many of the good teachers, and let me put it this, you still have wonderful teachers in the system, but you have many wonderful teachers who have left the system and will continue to leave the system. You understand what I say? But say, it's alright. I'm tired to talk to. Because when I talk to you, no listen. I go listen to some people who don't know them talk about what so and never teach one day in their life and don't know nothing where you go to nice school and alright. Tell you no. Oh nah, listen. You see me? I don't want to be the bearer of doom and gloom, but I've seen it coming, and I've said it many times again into this mic, in this chair, to this camera, that it's gonna get rougher now. You hear me? I was singing that song. Jimmy Riley, I think Jimmy Riley singing. Wanna go listen it? You hear me, people? Rough out there, man. Rough out there. And the next thing too, most of the teachers them we are a few males in a teaching anyway, if you begin with. You understand? Because I'm telling you, say it's salary rough for the man, them take care of themselves and them youths and them lady and them things. So we have and we have more ladies in most things than men. You understand? From the population go right back to all of the things them. Most times who are leave out of the thing, you know, mostly my man them are left. You understand? And big up to all of the female teachers them. But the truth is that upon the ground in some school, a man have to govern it. That's how the thing go. You have a few rough female teachers where can deal with the thing on a level. But when a man walk in a classroom versus when a female walk in a classroom, 9 out of 10 times a different response. I just say reality of the thing. You understand? When a mother deal with a youth versus when a father deal with a youth, it's a different response. I just say nature. They didn't make no sense to go around the thing. And the man them are left. So who are going to help curb the youth them around town? Remember, so most of the youth them not no father them yard. Them not no big brother around there. Them not no uncle around there, brother. So what go on around there? You understand? I mean, I say big up to the warrior princesses them, you know. The queens them, you know. The empresses them, you know. Where I hold off a thing a yard and in a school them, you know. But at the end of the day, them need some man around there, brother. No man no left about there. You understand? And again, the man them when you come out of teachers college and most of them not ready for the streets yet. So some of them will get the experience over time and develop the craft. But enough of them they're not ready, family. The government now pay with. You understand me? I say, and whole heap of something. See? So, I don't know. You see me? So, be done with that part, I think. Let me move on. But say the video them no fan plenty. Me not even know, me can't tell about all that situation. But the teachers them, I don't go and hold it. Because I say, it rough out there. It tough out there. You understand? I don't know. And as I know, me offend some people since now. But that is fine. I'm okay with that. You understand? You not going to see me put on video when a boy punch up my face. Mash up on my glasses. You mad? Me not depend on that. That not fit me. Next thing I'm talk about a lot about here is the fact that many of your favorite vloggers, and I talk about you in our stream now. I want me to talk. I can't talk to nobody over there. Most of your favorite vloggers and bloggers, they don't understand the responsibility that they have to their communities, as in their viewers, to be honest, to be fair. They don't. You understand? And many of you right here so in front of me support same way. Because someone like sus and gossip are the truth. You can't look at my face too, because you know I don't lie me I tell. Yeah, so you know you gotta always call a spade a spade. You know what I think? Some people feelings have got hurt. I just say it. See? You know what I think? You understand? And I've said many a times that it is important for us as people who disseminate information, who share our views, to be accurate and fair in the dissemination and sharing of same views and information. No, you and me know so that is not generally the case around here. So, not many of us who do this understand that at the end of each story is another human being. And in the pursuit of the truth, some people are going to be uncomfortable and some people are going to be disappointed and someone named this about a call. However, you call a man name relying on the facts as they are known to be. Not nothing when you fabricate, not something when you ears around, so, not something when your next man tell around, so. The FACTS, as a facts, yeah, there's up there, facts. You understand? Many of us, but we don't care. Because we love sensationalization, we love crowd, we love excitement, we love gossip. Understand this. When a story is there, Zine, especially as it relates to a man's integrity and reputation, the damage that social media can do to these reputation is irreparable in many instances. And remember, you know, if the information were good first wrong, no matter how much right information come, people don't want to hear nothing about the right information, you know, because they have formulated their own opinions of the person, try them, convict them, and sentence them already, you know, brother. But some man in the pursuit of $1 or $2 or some views or some likes or some attention willfully fabricate, falsify information about people and feed it to their full viewers. And then lap it up. And nobody if you tell a man, say, brother, you know, so that's something you do this wrong because say, you don't have the full No, brother. Them instigate it and gaslight them. I have spoken about this innumerable times. I know some people look on and say, you know, teach them, but brother, bad mind for what? Me have 302 subscribers. First thing again. We not even forget into that because subscribers don't mean as much to me as they mean to some people because we know how YouTube work. It's not about subscribers. Whilst it plays its role, it's not even about that. You understand what I say? Zane? It's just that I try to be a fair person in what I do. Because at the end of the day, don't for a minute feel like say you can be at the end of one of them stories for whatever reason, you know. And they will be merciless because you have been there seeing them being merciless many a times and you're joining and ray and yeah because you don't love crap. I want to know many times, Zane, as one of the youth where I do the thing before, enough of the people when I do it now. I have learned some very hard lessons. And it would be remiss of me not to teach them some of these lessons. And I've tried many a times. I'm encouraging of a talk to no vloggers them, you know, because everybody will watch my channel, watch other channel. That's how the thing go. That's how your streets go. That's how, you understand? Because I may not give you what a next man give you and vice versa. You understand what I say? So that's fine. So I understand. I mean, just like how me always talk to about my favorite artists, you know. Some of the time when the man get in a trouble, I'm unresponsible too because you know sit down and gaslight them. You understand? I make them feel like them can do anything and get to with it and then blame the system. And I want to, you know, talk to no artists them when them all stream and in a them comment section and them, but no. A badness in him and everybody dance on them something. No, listen. You understand what I say? I'm tired for telling you. I'm tired for talk to you. Zane, and don't underestimate the power that you as viewers hold. But I tell you this. Back in the days, after I start the YouTube thing, I still try to find my way. I still try to figure out what I really want to do with the YouTube. One time I start just get some video and upload and them something there. And the Royal General and an Empress from Trelawney name, our username used to be Sherwood Content. She stopped come round. I don't know if I offend her and them something. But big up yourself, Sherwood Content, anyway you're there. You understand? The Royal General, they both see me. I G them. Those two individuals, see, on two different videos that I uploaded, made comments, and those comments completely changed my direction and trajectory on YouTube. Them two people there. Those two, them comment. See? So me I tell you, say, don't underestimate the power you have as a viewer to a channel. Some man probably not care, but try. See? And as me said, them two comments, you know, has helped to place me where I am now in these YouTube streets. See? So learn that. Now, I have been written to before by a former prime minister's legal representative and somebody else who do some things where me think wrong and me talk about it, and I was written to. You understand? Threatened with some big words and big figures and them something. But again, and I say this with no apology. I am not your cut of the mill vlogger. Your run of the mill man will come chat off them out. You understand? We don't play that something there. Zane? And as you would have seen, you would have never heard about me going to court because I've been sued. Because we don't play that. You understand? Because when we talk based on facts. So while some people feel uncomfortable and them feel like them can scare you and have them lawyers write to you with some big word, I mean, know a few big words too. And if me don't know them, I go find my dictionary. You understand what I say? But we don't play that something there. See? So if me, who understand that at the end of every story, there's somebody there, and we try to be fair to everybody, can be written to. Anybody can get written to because some man just chat and then I'm busy with them a chat. See? So, expert, then if me they just call name, then me then call name for a long time. That's easy, you know. that not important. Just know that I've been into. You understand? And them have to go about them business. Because we not play that something. Because we not fool to this neither. You understand what I say? And everybody have liar. Everybody can get liar. You see? So just understand that. So now, again, people's reputations are tied up with some of these stories. And many times, sometimes the initial information is incorrect and we run with it. I have done videos already where the information that was available at the time is wrong. And it's either me come apologize and pull the video, but we address it. We don't go on like say, yo, Ray. No, because at the end of the day, people we are dealing with. Yes, but brother, I say we know YouTube streets, brother. We know, you understand what I say? No, man, this and cookie, you don't know better. You understand? Okay. So let me say now, no, understand. So we have seen situations where in the past, so and again, this is the next thing. It is important how you view yourself and see yourself. For the longest time, I have not seen myself as a vlogger, blogger, as you guys like to say. That kind of irk me. I am a content creator. I create content for people to view and enjoy. Me not come to the chatting thing. I do the chatting thing now still. But for years now, me not do them type of content. You understand? Me do a one video from time to time. I beat some people or share my views. But me not come tell us that them and the band this or them eye red. You understand? Them foot bottom pink. You understand? Them eat this because I don't know, so I cannot tell you that. I don't pretend to know things. If me don't know, I just don't know. I do not speculate. Seeing people are cute. People tell me, oh, you have no value to your viewers. Why? Because me not come pretend like me know people business. That's okay. That's fine. You understand? That is fine. Me not have no problem. I do fine on YouTube. You understand? I do extremely well. So let's put that on the table. That is no secret. Because we put in the work. You understand? I want to apologize for putting in the work. Sleepless nights. You see me? And not sleeping at day and then not sleeping at night again and the cycle continue. So we have done the work. You see me? So don't come with the crap. You understand? And when I talk these things, I talk these things for the improvement of the platform that I'm a part of. I don't want to be a part of no party shop, which it is because 99% of the man them a hustle. You understand what I say? 99 is just a hustle. I know, for example, most of the videos that I have had videos where I have 5 videos that trend in same time. In the top 10. I have been there. You understand? You know which video them trend? Man dead round, you know, we not use them title. But man was shot and killed around there. Woman was found round, so a child was found burnt. And then we reach a point where that was just not me. It became just too much, brother. So I kind of cut down on the amount of them videos that we do. And decide I want to do some video where whenever me pass and gone, people still watch them. That is a decision that I made. Sure, it's less views, but that is okay. So it may be less views up front, but over 10, 20, 30 years, it will be more views than a man will do a video where it's a cotton candy video where people are going to watch it for 2 days and it might trend, but after that, people stop watching. I have made that decision because I'm taller than them, so I say farther than them, like ching-ching. You understand what I say? And again, and this is not about me being a teacher or anything. It's just that me different family. Me operate different. Me different. I have never been in the crowd business. Me not in our hype. Me not in our art. Me find my lane and me pave the road so it can be smooth from early. Zine? I have lost subscribers for various different reasons. Because when we just start, we had to look on the dancehall thing and some little few did that go on and them something. But quickly we realize you want to my thing that. Then we start look on the news where it just violent every day and people are dead around the every day. And I say, yo, okay, something else. And we keep on modifying and adding things until we reach a local zone and now where, you know one thing, even when I edit the newscast each day, Monday to Friday with Abby, like one time I just tired seeing me because of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 murder stories seeing me. And I said, no, this me I try to avoid from one of them time there. But the work is the work. And I say all of this to say this. Jamaica is fast becoming a very litigious nation. People are no longer hesitant to file a class action lawsuit. You see me? And as we proceed, if we do not change our approach and our ways, unfortunately, more people who do this vlogging thing will have to go in front of the courts. Zane, I know some people in this and say, yo, teacher, because vloggers are taught the truth. There's no problem in talking the truth. Except many times it is not the truth. Free speech, of course. But free speech treating with the facts. What is so hard in treating with facts? I come on here many times. This is my 371st live stream. Most of them are 2.5 hours on average. And I have ripped people to shreds before using what? The facts. So a guy can't say him do something where him never do. Because me I rely on the facts as they are known to be. DNJ, me don't know nothing about that. I guess somebody said a man must strike my channel in a pass. Brother, I'm not even get involved. Because I'm not even pre that we are going around this. You understand me? I say? So a man can do that. But when he man do that, he just need to call my name properly. So yes, my channel did get striking at the Gina Jennings time. From that time. You understand me? I say? So no, this is not a call-in stream tonight, fam. See? So at the end of the day, people, may I tell the man them say, one, and we are talking about the legal aspect of it now. The $1 there and $2 there and $3 there we are run down. In the long scheme of things may not be worth it. And rest assured that many of the people that we are gaslighting in the comment section, them not going to give you $1 to your legal bill. While some people may see a cause in what you are representing and support the thing, remember me tell you, say, many of them are going to just take with them. As a matter of fact, they're going to turn around and laugh after you too, brother. A word to the wise is sufficient. You hear me I say? A word to the wise is sufficient. Do not get carried away. Do not get carried away. Don't make people gaslight you. Don't make because of the hunt for a few views and likes, you lose yourself. I have always said, that 95% of the things that I say when I open my mouth on this channel is 5% of the things that I know I can say. May I say that again? I want to process it. 95% of the things that we may say are 5% of the things that I can say. But I choose not to. Because at the end of the day, somebody else upon the end of the story. And whether you believe it or not, that person is a human being. Good night, Kerry. Hey, Tony Shea, it's good to see you. Zane, and I'm Shango, big up yourself in the family. Give thanks, you know what thing going, bro. We're there, but you know, we kind of in a local zone, you know. Omar, manners and respect. Zane? There's an opportunity for people to monetize them platform and make some money, and that is awesome. See? Some man just keep it as a hustle and treat it as a hustle. You understand? And that is okay with them. For them, I see the business potential and I've converted my platform into a business. Because when I just look for a quick dollar here, so we are look for build something sustainable and something with meaning and that is lasting. So I know, say, my views not going to be as great as some, but I am okay with that. I do extremely well just the same. Mark, you couldn't get more views if I do some video where say, yo, the man they get dash around so our theme bat fly around so or the man they get dash around. Like I know the videos to make to get the views. I have done this before. I have been here. You understand? So not like we don't know this. We can teach that something when I'm YouTube. We can actually design courses. We can be consultants. You understand what I say? We would know this. We know how to get the thing for tick. If we want it for tick a particular way. See? So, understand. When I talk to the man them, I talk to the man them because one, you and I share the same platform. I'm not like the party shop business, brother. Zin? But me can't tell a man how to live him life. I'm just saying, stop make people gaslight to know. Because when they get in a problem, them not did it. Are you alone if you go stand up on your foot, them, brother? Because the truth is, people not even too like on you know. People just want you to have you say. This is the truth of the matter. And people don't like me in hiding. So if you say we, people say teach not no gossip. Look here, we know the thing. We not kid ourselves. We not trick ourselves. You understand? You provide some information and people like here, sus and gossip and excitement and people business. You understand? I know you them like. They don't like you. They like what you can give them. You see me? So don't get like, oh, they like me, like what they don't like you. I'm gonna get dry. Better not like them. You see me? So I don't go and talk about people like you, no tande. People like me more than they like you. Yo, all right. But watch it, we quick continue. At what time now? Oh, 9:30, it's still early. I'm going to till about 11 o'clock tonight. I'm telling you from early. I'm comfortable about some things. Oh, well, until I get tired. So, you see me? Bloggers slammed as rogue journalists. See? Social media bloggers have been criticized for often publishing unsubstantiated claims that impede the work of traditional journalists when reporting on society's vulnerable, particularly victimized children. Those who have cameras, I wonder if I meet them attack. Because them say those who have cameras, tripods, and GoPro. I may have them things there, you know. I wonder if it's me them a true word pan. Whatever it is, they are doing things that totally undermine what we are fighting to keep proper on our side, George Davis, immediate past president of the Press Association of Jamaica, said at the organization's public forum dubbed Children, Sex, and the Media, Regulation and Responsibility in the Digital Age. Now, Section 4 of the Code of Practice for Jamaican journalists and media organizations prohibits reporters from interviewing or taking photos of children under the age of 18 without the consent of a parent or guardian. And Section 5 restricts the press from identifying minors who are involved in sexual offense cases, whether as victims, witnesses, or defendants in a trial, or in any news report of a case involving a sexual offense by an adult against a child. But Public Education and Special Project Manager of the Office of the Children's Advocate, Latoya Minot Hall, said that these principles are not adhered to by social media bloggers. These individuals that have named themselves journalists, and first thing, when a man say, yo, TJ me is a bad journalist, it's not that. Again, I have no formal training as a journalist. I have no accreditation as a journalist. I am not a journalist. I am simply a content creator who creates content for consumption on social media. Again, So I don't know if vloggers are out there accepting that they are journalists. You understand? But every time a man say, yo, teach them, no, don't do that. You understand what I say? Yeah, DeAndre, that is true. I will soon get around to them, Tina, brother, because what mainstream media is doing now, and I've spoken, I always talk about these things, but now listen. You see, like how now they tell them to the flood that come, and them laugh after a bath. And the whole of them get washed on not the look how long me are telling them mainstream media feel so threatened now that they are lowering their standards to be competing with social media vloggers and bloggers. You understand? So some reporting when I see and some things when I see them share these days, me I say, yo, teach, miss you an original dancehall Thursday. There are people them can't do it like you because you're not filming. I don't even watch a thing and support the thing, man. I have the support the thing, man. I am here. Me just no did it for a minute, man. We see what go on. Yeah, understand? But big up yourself, yeah, man. So, make we continue around here. These individuals that have named themselves journalists without any formal training and without any formal experience, and in some cases too, propagating information that they would have collected from traditional media, spinning it with what they have created. And that is the influence quite often that our children have to contend with out there. We don't necessarily know about the children, but big people. It's mostly big people still. But yeah, some youths. So I don't know say really the children. Not many children watch Teach Them channel. That is just the truth. You have other channel out there where more younger people watch still. There are big people with cater for still. Let's drink to the hard-working people. You understand? Yeah, they're them people that we cater for. But so I could continue around here. So I say, yeah, we want those persons who put information in the public space to be careful of what you put out there so much time. Yo, children are like sponges, and whatever it is that we feed into them is what they will actually regurgitate to us, she said. Now, meanwhile, Warren Thompson, Director of Children and Family Programs at the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, urged the unregulated reporters to be more mindful about the content they publish about children. He branded YouTube and the TikTok commentators who put people at risk as unethical, adding that many of their sources were questionable. Even so, Thompson reminded traditional media of the moral responsibility that comes with that status, because traditional media, so the line between traditional media and social media is very blurred. You understand? Sometimes you have to look good for say who is who, because you have one place where so them call the Star. Them not easy. Then you have one next place where so them call Sit Nelson. Hey. And yeah, I suppose the Star has always been a gossip paper and them. So I mean, I don't really like not news still. You see me? So the line there is very blurred. And I have seen and I've spoken to it many a times that traditional media is now competing with social media for viewership, that they are now tailoring some of their stuff to that market. And in many cases, in many instances, it is a little bit distasteful. You understand? But to each his own. I could continue. Noting instances where the identities of vulnerable children have been revealed in conventional media, he urged the press to consider the long-term psychological impact that publicity can have on a victimized child. We have seen in the media instances where there are children whose identities would have been exposed and whose sexual abuse would have spurred a lot of public outcry and dissenting voices, he said. Youth advocate Christina Williams believes that journalists should also get more training and mentorship in reporting on sensitive matters. It cannot be that we have a hands-off approach to say that they are just inexperienced, she argued. While acknowledging that there are mistakes in the space from traditional media, Davis maintained that mainstream organizations are strong advocates and gatekeepers for content that protects children. The reality is we want to be perfect right now because there are mistakes in the space. We are only fairly good, he said. And go on and go on and go on and go on. So, again. Ah, boy. All right. We see a situation where a vlogger, social media personality, Shelly and Curran, was sued by the chief executive officer of SSL. As he resigned since, I don't know, but yes, long story short, she's in front of the court because he is citing defamation and some all sort of something. Say him did on the run and all sort of something. I don't know. I have never, and I'll say this already and I'll say it again and again. To some people, possible annoyance. But guess what? I don't watch Jamaican YouTubers. I really don't. I don't even watch my channel. Yeah, and I don't watch back my videos. The most I will see in that video is after me in the premiere. Okay, premiere go on. But I don't even like hear my own voice. You understand? Yeah. So, I don't have the time for foolishness. And I not say you don't have vloggers or bloggers within the Jamaican space who are creating meaningful content that is worth my time. I just not have the time for one, and the little time when me find for relax on YouTube. I normally watch some tech channel around, so I try to learn something. I learn for make it and do it and this. I don't have time for I learn about people business. You understand? No. Defamation, have you seen both money? Well, yeah. Again, I don't know. I've never watched one of Miss Curran's video. I didn't even know that she was doing that. You understand? Because even with the gentleman that was killed yesterday, I don't even know about him. You understand? There was another one who was arrested recently, allegedly because he raped his sister. I don't know them, to be honest with you. Like, people might say this and say, teacher, you know, so that not sound good. I don't know how it sound, but I tell them I don't know them because I don't watch them. You understand? Every now and then me see something pop up and me see one channel name because people watch my video, watch for them, or because I have a video where them do a video similar to or something, and maybe see one channel name and so, but me not watch them. That is just the honest truth. You understand? And I would feel no way if Jamaican YouTubers watch my channel or not. It means nothing to me. You understand what I say? So that's fine as well. But I don't. Because me find a lot of them to be very annoying. Because from the title alone, just irk me. You understand what I say? The thumbnail alone, very irksome. So me not subject myself to being more irked. You see? So, and that is just me. Again, when I speak for myself. You can watch who you want to watch. You understand? And me watch who me want to watch. So that's how I think. Watch it now. We continue. So Shelly and Curran is in front of the courts. You understand? So speaking about SSL is fine. And that is fine. However, if you are going to speak about SSL and you are going to accuse people of doing things you have no proof that they have done, then you may be in problem. That is the nature of the beast at the moment. And it is what it is. I think she had 14 days to respond. I don't know if that 14 days has elapsed or if she has responded, but we'll watch and see. Kenyut, I don't remember Kenyut what his name. He is somebody aligned to the People's National Party. I think he won what, 11, 12, 13 million dollars in a similar situation where a lady, she's aligned to the PNP as well. But a lady did say some things about him and him carried to court and she never responded and the court awarded him about $13 million on him. You see me? So it's street that gets sticky, so now have to know what I do. You understand? You have some liars out there where you're watching it too and I say, hey, come here, go name a food off of the food too. You don't even know what's going on, but when people talk, oh, you're bad, name bad, some man, no bad man, enough for nothing, brother. Because we don't have nothing when some man want. You understand what I say? So just understand that. Some man, when them talk to you, them just talk to you because they want to help you. You see me I say? So don't everything when people are trying to guide people about you say them bad man. Or when you talk about the arts and a bad man or no bad man, a youth man. Until the youth in a foolishness. And you did that try to tell the youth to leg off of certain things about your bad man. Tommy Lee, for example, I have spoken so many times because Tommy Lee is somebody that I listened. I haven't listened to Tommy Lee in a while, but me also listen to Tommy Lee despite the nature of his lyrics and stuff. I just think him did very talented. Seeing outside of the message in the music. Because there's the lyrics and then there is delivery and flow and everything else, you know. So you understand, me did rate him as an artist. But many nights I come here because I'm involved in something around us and something around us. Me even have one video where I clip out some things out of some stream. I tell Tommy Lee, say, brother, if you know you're innocent, do your thing. But if you know you have things in your life, you fix it. And many times, but you a bad mind, on a bad mind the artist and this and that. And bad mind the artist, so me is not an artist. Me not try boss. Me not try get no bookings in a stage show. So me for bad mind the artist. Me think the artist talented. And me think say as somebody where, you know, a few people might listen to me, might say a thing and he hear him and he can look in at himself and say, yo, you know, say that you would mean me well and never looking at myself. But no, it's bad mind, a bad mind. Everything. Any moment you talk about it, it's bad mind, a bad mind. Blogger Nigel Walford, OC, Big Meech, was shot and killed yesterday in the Red Pond area of Spanish Town, St. Catherine, whilst attempting to board a taxi. I think the taxi driver was also shot and injured. So that is the information. That is in the media. It happened about 11 o'clock and stuff. He is, as I said, I didn't even know that him existing at the space. I really didn't know. Like, when I say blogger, I said then, you understand? So apparently he was the operator of a page called Augustone 876, where treat with most of the things in Augustone and stuff. And this is the next thing now, because he does what he does apparently. As I said, I don't know if he do YouTube or if I just Instagram, and I don't know. But apparently he treats with stuff happening in Augustone and things in general in the streets. Then, so he was killed. So, you know, automatically people are going to assume, say, because him do YouTube while he was killed. I don't know that. No police reporter stated that. I will say that based on information out there, Mr. Walford has had run-ins with law enforcement before. So, could it be something outside of what him do cause his life to be taken? I don't know that, but me not think you know that either. But me see many comments quick for, because, but you don't know, you don't know. You do not know. And that's a part of the thing we are killing on social media. We go on like we know everything, and you don't know. I think it's also on Twitter. I think he has a page on Twitter as well, Finar. See him 876 August. I think so. I'm not sure. Zane? But apart from what go on yesterday, he was arrested. As a matter of fact, I did some reading, you understand, and I found an article dated around April 30, 2020, where he was listed as a person of interest. And this is the content. So CTOC seeks public assistance to locate person of interest. The investigators assigned to the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch are seeking the public's assistance to locate a person of interest in a matter currently under investigation. He is Nigel Walford, otherwise called Nigel Big Meech, a phone repairer whose last known address is Bryce Lane in Augustone, St. Andrew. Walford is being asked to report to detectives at the office located at 45 East Queen Street, Kingston by 10 a.m. on Friday, May 1, 2020. All efforts to contact Walford have proven futile. He is said to frequent the Duppy Lane community in Augustone and Portmore in St. Catherine. And lawmen are appealing to anyone knowing the whereabouts of Nigel Walford to contact CTOC, blah, 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 blah. Right? Now, as it relates to that situation, there was some information in the article on Nationwide yesterday. So he is a past student of Campi and he was 32 years old and stuff. So Walford was born and raised in Augustone. However, he was living outside the community in recent years after being dragged before the court on a cybercrime-related issue. I don't know the nature of the cybercrime-related issue either. Then he was detained in April of 2020 by detectives assigned to CTOC. He was eventually released on bail after being detained for several days. After several subsequent court appearances, the case was eventually dropped in December of last year, as he was represented by King's Counsel Valerie Nita. Zane? So this is the situation. As I say, it is easy to say because of the things where I do or say as it relates to social media. It could be, Zane, but then now, based on this information, it would seem that he was also doing things in the past that was in contravention of the laws of the land. So here we are. So again, social media, it is quick to people say things, but more time when I step back and look. Because who am I? It's a since week thing, you know, bro. Like some people still learn about it, you know. We talked about it earlier. But even me still not fully familiarize myself with the information too. So I guess some people still not get around to that. Because you know there was the security guard situation throughout the week. Then you have some other things that go on. Then whole heap of accident and murder around. So some people not really reach on to that part of the news yet. You understand? Because some people kind of focus on some other things. So as good as that I go on still. You understand? But we will talk about it some more. So as me as a peeps, I don't know the motive for his killing, except to say that the investigation is ongoing. But you know that you have to be careful of how you treat with certain things. That is just the nature of the country we live in. And you have to know what you do. Zane? Yes, we live in a democratic nation and it should be freedom of speech. However, you also have a responsibility to yourself and your family to treat with the topics that you're treating with. Because you can talk about some stories and share some information, you know, but you don't have to get involved and emotional about the thing and until the thing reach on a level. You understand what I say? So you have to be careful too. So there are ways of doing things, but as I said, some people just feel like, and I'm not speaking specifically to, in relation to Mr. Walford, I'm just in general, or social media run, you understand? Because people know, so people love this, so them think them have the information and them hear this and hear that, so them come and them talk. So I don't know. Too many Jamaican bloggers are getting murdered. Too many Jamaicans are getting murdered from. You see me? That is it. You see it? Yeah, man. I don't know. But on a safety basis, I would implore the folks in the space who are treating with these things, Zane, be careful. That's all me can tell you. You understand? As it relates to the legal side and as it relates to your safety side. You see me? So, I mean, that's all I can say. I can't say nothing more. I don't know. Zane? Some of the man them brawl in the answer. That is the truth of the matter. You see me I say? Some of the man them brawling. Tailor your approach, and as again, whilst you are in pursuit of the truth, you have to be careful on many levels. The legal side and the safety side. It's a jungle out there. You have to know you do. And again, I have been doing this longer than many, because I've seen many vloggers rise and many vloggers fall. I have seen it. You understand? Many people who started out, many people who were there when I started out in 2016 are no longer there. Many people who started when me I start not did anymore. Many people who start since me start not there anymore. You understand? Because what you doing this thing for? Oh, it's a hustle. Oh, it's to make some money. You understand what I say? Irrespective of what you say or what you do, you have to be careful. See? And I have fought many fights and I just know how to treat with certain things. And even though I thread certain lines, you have to know when to step back, man, and know when something feel wrong. That is just it, you know. You know, no insurance as a vlogger. What's the insurance? You understand? Plus, enough of them and them people can't see them face like how they must see my face. So that's the next thing. Like, you can't be saying certain things and people know you and you feel like, say, I just the nature of the country and the world we live in. You see me? So you have to take some personal responsibility for your safety, you know. Because the man them cruel. That's just the nature of the thing. You can't go around and just see the man them. I think 5 people were shot last night. 1 died somewhere about the place. As based on my unofficial count, I would put the murder figures for the year to close to 100, if not over, close to 200, if not over 200 by now. You understand? And again, stop make people gaslight to know. Stop make people gaslight, yo. Hey, me a beg him and them, stop make people gaslight, oh no. When trouble take you in, brother, them not, sure. Viewers, when I talk to one of favorite vloggers, everybody have them favorite vloggers. You understand me? Everybody have them favorite person on social media. The national murder tally is currently on to what date, Finar? To the date? Including the last few days? Because I know it was 186 last week sometime, I think. And I'm sure that quite a few murders have, you know what I mean? So, according to the glee. Oh, today, okay. I think, okay, cool. All right, so probably may I overstate the thing then. Fine, give thanks. I appreciate the correction and clarification. Again, I talk to them. Again, many of you just start at something. Many of your channels is a year old, 2 years old. I have been doing this from the 22nd of August, 2016. Yeah? Understand that in the pursuit of the truth and justice, people will become uncomfortable. Especially the people at the other end of the story. And when people become uncomfortable, when people feel threatened, they react in various ways. Some will react via legal means. Some will react via verbal means. Some will react via violent means. It's a real threat. You understand? Whilst in some, I saw Cardi B suing a vlogger for how much $1 million. So I not just Jamaica it happen. You understand me? I said it's not just a Jamaica thing. It is happening all over the world because social media gives everybody a voice. You understand? Some people abuse the voice and abuse the space and get carried away. That is it, you know. Many of us are getting carried away and getting caught up. There are ways to treat with the thing. You understand? Cause some man out there, you know. You call him name and him not even do business with you, but you call the next man name and him go business with you. But that's just the nature of the thing go. You have to take some responsibility for your own safety. See? It's sad to say at this where we reach as a country. You understand? But if you decide to you're going to fight certain things, you have to remain anonymous. And again, that is the next thing. You cannot be so anonymous that if people really want to find you, and you're up on social media, you can't be that anonymous with people. If people really want, no matter who you be and how you feel like your wall thick, it is not hard. I promise you. Yeah? Yeah, who I am and who I am. Zane, big up yourself. And I was making a point earlier, but I guess it's probably lost on here, probably came in after. And I'm saying, sometimes because a vlogger is murdered, we automatically assume, say it's because it is, we automatically assume, say it's vlogging related. That is what we're doing. For example, the latest situation. Automatically people assume because him vlog as something where him say why I'm dead. You don't know that, I don't know that. As I pointed out, he has had run-ins with the law before. So it is suggesting that, and whilst the case was eventually discontinued, we don't know what next man I do with him life. So we automatically assume say because of vlogging, that may not be the case. You and me know say some man do some things, and it's just like vlogging in general, and people have them as a saint yes about run, so everybody knows that them is a devil runs the same way. So we don't know. So I get what you're saying, Zane, but again, you just a lump the thing because you know him to be a vlogger. Or you know them to be vloggers. But are they involved in any other things untoward behind the cameras or behind the scene? We don't know. And here again lies part of the whole vlogging problem again. Because we are assuming things, vloggers are assuming things that they don't know. And by extension, we as people assume things we don't know. So we are make some association because of what a man do. So it must know because you know him do this or she do this, but you don't know she do around this or him do around this. So that is the point me I try and make. And that is a trap that many vloggers fall into as well. Because they are building their videos on assumptions. And their favorite words is allegedly. So because me use allegedly, everything all right. Legally, yes. I suppose. So we have to understand that things don't happen in a vacuum in a family. There are many dimensions to people's lives. You don't know where a man do 24 hours of the day. And again, for the record, I am not speaking specifically about the gentleman that was killed yesterday. I am speaking in general. So, right. So, we move on from that. Please, take it from somebody who has been doing this longer than most of you. Because I guess a few of the people who were doing it before me were still there on. A man like Rapper, Soulflow, I think, and a few other people. I think I come here, CV or so. I think he was there. I think on Reggae Media, something did about too, and I can't remember no other body were in at that time. Because enough of them fade away. You see me? And who I am, we're living in dangerous times in a dangerous country. As sad as it for me to say that, it is just the truth. And I not trick myself. That is the nature of the beast. We're living in dangerous times in a dangerous country. People dying for less than a man going to go do a video and calling him. People are dying because man say them this them. People are dying because man and man are fight over turf. People are dying because of the spoils of lottery scamming. You understand? People are dying because of school, man. Zane? I am just trying to... No, man, Chaddy started after me. You see, Chaddy was never... Chaddy after me. Because I mean, kind of one of the man who kind of encourage him to take on anything on a level. You see me? So, I know. And social media is very critical in the thing. Because mainstream media and I will still... So you can't trust them neither because people have them agenda. Right? However, in your quest for justice, you cannot become unjust. In your quest for the truth, you cannot become a liar. Again, in your quest for justice, you cannot become unjust. In your quest for the truth, you cannot become a liar. It's as simple as that. People's reputation are solid, are muddied, are messed up sometimes because of our insensitive ways and just, okay, me just do a video, I'm not really business with no man. It's going to reach a stage where you have to start business because people are going to start soon, brother. Is that $50, $70, $100, $200 we are going to make off that video worth the $4, $5, $6 million we have to go spend in legal fees? Social media is good and social media is bad, who I am. It has both. You understand? So it is very important. Yeah? But I'm saying, you can disrupt the political order and status quo by relying on the truth, on the facts. You still not accept that, you know. Me see, okay, so you're saying some things, sir or madam, I'm not sure. So you're saying these things, but in saying these things, you're not accepting the fact that many people on social media are irresponsible and unfair. I have treated with many political issues and scandals right here, so treating only with the facts. There's no incentive for me to falsify or fabricate anything. What did I go do? Oh, so I'll get some more views. At the end of the day, then, as a person, then, I am not comfortable with that. I am not satisfied with that because then I would have bent the truth. For that, I'm not depend that. So, in the pursuit of justice, who I am, we cannot become unjust. In the pursuit of disrupting the status quo and the political order, we cannot do it by fabrication and falsification and mere baseless accusations. All right, let me move on. With these things, it's just that, you know, my views are my views and your views are your views. And sometimes they will not converge and we agree to disagree. And that is fine. You understand? All of us see things differently. I just try to be a fair person. Because, you know what? I want people to be fair to me. I know that that may not be the case. But at least me I be fair to a man. You understand? So me know so within my conscience, me know so I was fair to a man. And him must be fair to me when the time come around, you know. But I know I would have done what I was supposed to do in fairness to a next man. You see me? So I have seen videos where man do about stories that I have covered, and I wonder if I the same story. Me have to go check back my story. If you say, yo, brother, if I my thing wrong. Like, you know, people will send a snippet or you go somewhere and people are play something and you hear it, because I tell us I really don't watch them. Because from the title more time, it just start get dark. And the thumbnail them. You see? But I have heard people do stories with the same topic when we do. I wonder. But we can move on, because we have some other things to talk about. Yeah. There's a case that rubbed me the wrong way. Well, a number of cases. And before me talk about that case again, the possibility of offending a few people again, I have stated this before and I will state it again and I will stand firm in my belief as it relates to the current gang trial in front of the Supreme Court with the Klansman one done gang trial. Another defendant was acquitted recently. I think his name is Carl Beach. That makes it 6 now or 7 of the 31, 30 something. And I'm not sure. And when the first batch was released, I think 4 or 5, I said again to this camera and to this mic, I would be very surprised if a few more were not acquitted. Some people found that very offensive. And again, we saw where the alleged leader of the gang was found guilty of being the leader and found guilty of, I think, one murder, of participating in one murder. I think he and 4 or 5 other men were acquitted of involvement in another murder and so on. So the summation still a go on. See? No. And I said it before and I said, I know some people are very upset when one of these... Whoa. What was that? Me all frightened. Some people get very upset when one or more of these defendants are found not guilty and are ultimately released. I think 5 or 6 of them, I don't remember. One can remind me. You understand? But, and this is my view, I am of the view that I don't know, probably Amir slam my son, my little baby boy slam one door somewhere in the house. Yeah, that's that. Me say frightened. Everybody's frightened. See? So, I know that some people have been, giving the Chief Justice a hard time, saying him this and him that. And I know in the studio now, somewhere in the house, man, probably Amir slam one door, man, inadvertently. See? So now... And people getting upset and people are saying, why am I not just release everybody and them? So I think it is statistically impossible for you to have a trial with 30 odd defendants and all 30 odd defendants are found guilty. Again, that is my view. Again, I think it is statistically impossible for you to have a single trial with 30 odd defendants and all 30 odd defendants are convicted. The probability of that happening is not very high. See? One. No, we have seen cases where judges have found defendants accused guilty, convict them, sentence them, and they appeal, and the cases are thrown out, and they're acquitted. And we see one cause and say the justice system is that and this and that and that and that. We have a situation now where the Chief Justice, in his legal opinion, is of the view that first, I think 4 of these men, there was not enough evidence to convict, so they were acquitted. You may feel some type of way about that, so may I. However, I think it is better for the dispensation of justice for in the beginning, if you don't feel like the evidence is enough to convict a man, then you acquit him. That is how the law works. Whether or not you feel him guilty, that is just how the law works. And again, I say these things at the possibility of angering some people, and that is fine. If you want to get upset at your business. Because you have your views and me have mine. Me not get upset at your view. Me and tell you my view. Zin, and you're there to listen, so you want to hear. If you don't want to hear, you can leave. Me just share my view. So again, if there was anybody out there who was of the view that all 30 defendants were going to be convicted, you were tricking yourself. Statistically, that's just not going to happen. Especially with some of the collection of evidence and chain of evidence, the command chain with evidence and them something there. Some of we investigators them need to tighten up some little things. You understand what I say? And remember, the court of the court of law and the court of public opinion are two different things. The court of law have trained legal professionals, while many times the court of public opinion is the layman on the corner. Again, my opinion. So, are we okay with sentencing someone because they are alleged to be in a gang and them appeal and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them get off of the appeal and we hear say Justice Sykes a waste man and him corrupt and him this and that. So how we prefer? Okay, we are right with that. So I'm saying at the end of the day, what you prefer? I prefer the persons who have the legal training making the legal decisions, irrespective of how me feel about it. Because many of these men on conviction will appeal and win them appeal. And then we see them when I go turn around and quarrel. See? Don't mean I understand that. Many people were out there believing that all defendants were going to be convicted. And I saw them things that work family. You understand? And how me feel about it is at the end of the day neither here nor there. You understand? Because my opinion may be very well aligned to your opinion, you know. But at the end of the day, I am still cognizant of the fact that the court of law and the court of public opinion are two different courts. You understand? And I respect, because there have been cases where you think a slam dunk, open and shut, where you think man guilty and them walk. There are cases where you think someone innocent and they have been found guilty. That is how the court of law works. Because in the court of law, it is what you can prove. And I don't know what you hear say. You understand? I know what you hear say. And sometimes you will know the man and know say him guilty, but the evidence in front of the court is not substantial for a conviction. But you know him guilty, you know. Everybody know him guilty. But the evidence in front of the judge is not sufficient for a conviction. That's how the court work. You understand? You like it, I doubt it. Me like it, I doubt it. But at the end, I say better call Saul. Saul a criminal. See? So, I don't know. And again, it's all about perspective. So some people are very upset. Zane, I am very indifferent to that. Because I know that all defendants were not going to be convicted. That is just the nature of these mass trials. Uchen's Wilson gang trial, same thing. What a gang the name, man? Some Valley gang business. I think they are Westmoreland. Westmoreland name there? What kind of Valley? I don't remember. Same situation with that. This one, think about 30 defendants. You feel like so you're going to have enough evidence to convict all 31, 32, 33 defendants in a one single trial? Kings Valley gang. Thank you, Princess. Zin? So, here we go. Now, there's a case before me talk about the DPP. I remember root against her. Zin? Soon come to she. There's a case now where, just like how some people feel about the Klansman acquittal, Klansman one done trial acquittal, Zane, Kingsville, yeah man, thanks. Me do know say some valley, me not remember, you understand? Convicted child molester sentenced to 18 years in prison. Worries about abuse while incarcerated. I want to pop up. The convict is worried about abuse whilst being incarcerated. He got 18 years. And the 18 years, okay, in terms of being 18 years. But the nature of the crime should be 180 years. Watch this. A 40-year-old St. Mary man who sexually assaulted 7 children. I say that again. A 40-year-old St. Mary man who sexually assaulted 7 children has been sentenced to nearly 18 years in prison. 7 pitney, 18 years, Sheridan Shepherd was sentenced on Friday, not this Friday, a couple Fridays ago, because I have this long time, by Supreme Court Judge Simone Wolf-Rees. I am very surprised that a female handed down this verdict of 18 years for a 40-year-old man who was convicted of sexually assaulting 7 children. So, Sheridan Shepherd was sentenced by Supreme Court Judge Simone Wolf-Rees to 17 years and 11 months in prison and will be eligible for parole after 12 years. So, sure, he pleaded guilty. But again, we'll go back to that plea guilty. Something there. He pleaded guilty to 6 counts of buggery, 5 counts of indecent assault, and 1 count of grievous sexual assault. Shepherd was arrested and charged in June of 2021 following reports that he sexually assaulted several minors between 6 and 12 years old. So the 7 children were between 6 and 7 years old. He pleaded guilty to buggering 6 of them, 5 counts of indecent assault, and 1 count of grievous sexual assault. Residents attacked and severely beat him before he was taken into custody. Now, during his sentencing, Shepherd's attorney, Christopher Hibbert, noted that his client had expressed fear of being incarcerated because of the nature of the crimes he committed. The attorney stated that it was his hope that his client's punishment is limited to him being incarcerated and that there is no abuse behind bars. But the judge noted that the offenses committed by Shepherd were serious, and especially because they were committed against children, and you're giving me 18 years and 12 years before parole. She said that it must be made clear that children must be allowed to enjoy their childhood and not be abused. But a clear message was not sent, Your Honor. I don't see the clearness in this message. You understand what I say? And I find this sentencing to be manifestly light. Even after that guilty plea, him shouldn't look on 35 plus years. At least. No, the prosecutorial arm of the judiciary, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, has the ability to appeal cases that they think the sentence was light, and I think this is one that fits that bill. But hey, that's just me. No, speaking about the prosecution, you see. I saw where the Firearms Act was modified recently, tabled in front of Parliament, passed into law, that the moment you are convicted for an illegal firearm, you automatically is sentenced to 15 years. That's a starting point, actually. So it can be more. See it? The first man who was tried and convicted under that new law, instead of getting the 15 years minimum, see it? He was given what, 5 years? I don't know, Rasta Judge. Then now, me see the director of public prosecutions said she got appeal. Zane, remember them prosecute the case, you know? Because this man was tried under the wrong piece of law. Never see this before. Read the previous case. Remember that when you plead guilty, you get, I think, a 30% reduction in your sentence. But even so, $5 Jerkman teach them, the gang members who got off, they better. I think two of them has been killed since, the first 4, I think 2. I think 1 was killed and 1 was arrested for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. I don't remember. 2 was killed. I don't remember. I can't keep up with so much, I think. I don't even know. Zane, so in a situation like this, and plea bargaining is an important part of any healthy functioning judicial system. Zane, because what it does, it fast tracks some case, it free up resources as well. You understand? So I get that. However, even if him plead guilty, Zane, 18 years to 7 children between the ages of 6 and 12 cannot be fair and just. And this is me speaking as a layman without any legal training. That me find that strange, to say the least. Yeah? Strange this feeling I'm feeling. Oh, your love, we will always believe it. Though you may think my faith is in vain, till Shiloh with chant Rastafari's name. Now the DPP. Gun possession convict got light sentence because he was charged on the wrong section of the law. So said Madam DPP. Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, has admitted that the St. Catherine man handed a 4-year sentence for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition was indicted under the wrong section of the Firearms Prohibition Act passed in November. The error resulted in 28-year-old Dennis Mundell being given a discretionary sentence that drew the anger of hundreds of social media users and triggered strong criticism of the judiciary, as it should. Mundell's sentence of 4 years and 6 months each for unauthorized possession of firearm and unauthorized possession of ammunition was also inconsistent with the government-touted mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years imprisonment. All right, Empress Nicole, guidance and blessings every time. In an interview, Llewellyn disclosed that Mundell, who was the first person to be sentenced under the new law, should have been indicted under Section 5 of the Act instead of Section 45. The development has now forced a suspension of matters related to the taking of a guilty plea or trial in relation to the illegal possession of a firearm under Section 5 and 45 of the new Act. Now, Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Jeremy Taylor, has been assigned to lead a team of prosecutors in reviewing all charges under the sections. Now, Section 5 outlines that no one should be in possession of a prohibited weapon and that anyone who contravenes that order commits a felony and will be sentenced to life imprisonment of not less than 15 years. Prohibited weapon is defined as any prohibited firearm, any grenade, bomb, or other like missile or any missile or missile launcher. Meanwhile, prohibited firearm, among other things, is defined as any firearm in respect of which no firearm authorization is granted under Part 5 or under the laws of another jurisdiction. And Part 5 of the Act speaks to firearm authorization from the Firearm Licensing Authority. Them is the next one, but them for your next time. See? So Section 45 of the Act, on the other hand, outlines that no one should be in possession of any firearm or ammunition without the appropriate firearm authorization granted by the FLA or whatever body, right? So the latter section speaks to the specific forms of identification a firearm imported into or exported from Jamaica should have. So that means that Mundell was charged. So that means that Mundell was charged and sentenced for having an illegal gun belonging to someone else instead of being in possession of an illegal gun. Let me read that again. This means that Mundell was charged and sentenced for having a legal gun belonging to someone else instead of being in possession of an illegal gun. More open to get that. He pleaded guilty on December 16 after he was nabbed during an operation at premises in St. Catherine 14 days earlier. At the time of his arrest, he was being sought by the police for 2 years for an alleged murder that occurred in 2020. Reporters were told that the file submitted by the police to the office of the DPP had Mundell been charged under Section 5 of the Act. However, that was subsequently changed to Section 45. Llewellyn said after multiple consultations with her team and the head of legal reform and the head of the legal unit in the Ministry of Justice, it is now clear that Section 4 acts as a restriction on the prosecutorial discretion to use Section 45 as an alternative to Section 5. This is very confusing. The long and short of the thing is this. Them say them are appeal. See? And something. So I have some questions. Well written out, and these are my questions. So I hope the DP, I don't see me getting a response from the office of the DPP happening, but these are the questions that I have. You understand? And even though I'm not streaming, I have these things put on for when I stream, because I say I'm very old, but them things here, then kind of rub me the wrong way. No, so the most interesting part of this blunder is that the DPP is not reporting that they did not only change Section 5 to 45, but they dropped some of the charges that were on the original indictment put forward by the police. That's based on my reading. I wouldn't mind being corrected by the DPP and say me wrong. If they had proceeded with those charges, they could not proceed under Section 45 for possession. They would have to use Section 5. So that is very interesting to me. Now, 1. Was ammunition taken from the now accused man at the time of his arrest? Zane? So was there actual or constructive possession? Zane, I kind of learn the thing, so I kind of use some little word. If yes, how many rounds of ammunition were taken? 3. Could the now accused man be charged and convicted for dealing if he had 20 or more rounds of ammunition based on the law, based on the letter of the law, as in actual or constructive possession? And 4, was the now accused man charged for dealing? Was he charged for dealing? And because remember, so if he was charged for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, we don't hear nothing about that part there. See? And the law says if you have 20 or more rounds of ammunition, then you can also be charged for dealing. But was he charged for that? So technically, as I said, the interesting part is based on my assessment, the man was charged. Well, some charges were dropped. See? Basically. So now, it says, no person shall deal in prohibited weapon. A person shall be treated as dealing in a prohibited weapon if the person buys or sells any prohibited weapon or conducts any brokering in respect of a prohibited weapon in his possession, right? So if him have 2 or more prohibited weapons, or if 20 or more rounds of ammunition are found in his possession, so then he's charged for dealing in. So were there ammunition taken from him, and if so, was it more than 20? And if so, why was he not charged for that as well? If I hope you not follow me, Now, a person who contravenes subsection 1 commits a felony and shall, on conviction, who contravenes 45 and 5, I think, shall on conviction, therefore, before a circuit court be sentenced to imprisonment for life, and notwithstanding the provisions of the Parole Act concerning the time within which an offender shall be eligible for parole. And upon sentencing, a person convicted for a felony under this subsection, the court shall specify a term of imprisonment of no less than 15 years that the person shall serve before being eligible for parole. One whole heap of crap. Basically. Zane? Who changed? So he was charged under section 45 first, I think. And then that was changed to section 5. Who facilitated that shit? So, who facilitated that? Yeah? And that's so. The prosecution team would have come out of the office of the prosecutor, of the DPP. And I would assume that whilst the DPP doesn't prosecute all cases that are being prosecuted are brought to the attention of the DPP. So I think, and this is my personal view, this attempt at appealing this sentence, as unjust as it is a bit disingenuous on the part of the DPP. Because in my view, the DPP office, and as such, the leader of the office, has to take responsibility along with the investigators in this. No, it's section 5 which was corrected. Then it was changed to 45, which was wrong. Okay, thanks. Zin? So, at the end of the day, I suppose in order to take shame out of the officer of the DPP's eye, the DPP decides that she got appeal. So one case where they give man 18 years for sexually assault and buggering 5 youth, 6 youth and get 18 years, that if you got appeal family. That is just my humble recommendation to the officer of the DPP. You understand? We don't best up this already. Zane? So we fix it going forward, but that 18 years there, that we figure appeal. That is just my humble suggestion. Because we're mad. Yeah, that's that. Yo, joke thing. Yo, it's a joke is this. It's someone in your office didn't do their job. That is not the man's fault. But then if you take shame out of the office, yeah, them now gonna appeal it, sir. You understand? While man get 18 years for abuse, sexually abusing children, 6 to 12, 7 of them. Buggering 5, I think. And he get 18 years. And after he serve 12 years, he can get parole. So I'm 40. So that by the time, if he get parole after 12 years, say I'm 52, 53. You understand? And remember Jawbone, the man who must have kill him wife and got prison and he get early release, kind of Christian, and kill the girl I think Amanda. Remember that I do that story early in my YouTube journey. Them things. So. So I would suggest to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, if you want a sentence to appeal, the 18-year-old one there should be the one. You understand? You don't mess up. You see me? You don't mess up. So just take it this. Now, this is one of the battles that I have fought down the years. Boy. And, mining injunction, death knell for a new day in Noranda. In appeal, companies say judge does not grasp impact on economy. So 2 bauxite companies have appealed a court order blocking them from mining lands in St. Ann and Trelawney arguing that their survival is under threat and the Jamaican economy faces a major upheaval. On January 20, Justice Anne-Marie Nemard granted injunction restraining Noranda Jamaica Partners to a New Day Alumina Jamaica Limited from commencing or continuing any mining activity on the Special Mining Lease SML 173, which covers lands some residents claim are in the ecologically sensitive Cockpit country. I don't claim a facts. The government draw one line and said, in there, but all right. The Attorney General has been named as a defendant and is vigorously opposing the claim. And Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark confirmed. This article was late January, so early February, I think. Well, I saw it early February. I think Mr. Dixon had sent it to me, but then I never get around to reading it because Mr. Dixon's message lost under 100 other messages. And the WhatsApp thing. Well, we don't know, but yeah, sometime I'll feel me get a 200 plus message. Sometimes. So sometimes people message me, I'm going to get a reply and them feel like, say, teach them and ignore them. No, not most of the time. Probably 1 and 2 times. Because sometimes someone send me some foolishness. You understand? So yeah, but generally speaking, you know what I go. So by the time we clear one message, by the time we get to clear some message just get lost. And in order to survive mentally, sometimes we just have to clear WhatsApp completely and start from scratch. We just keep a hold on it. Forget what I say. But yeah, all right. Watch it now. So Jamaica's bauxite alumina sector is of vital economic and developmental significance. The sector supports relatively high-paying jobs and in the past 2 years has generated between US $300 to $400 million in foreign exchange each year, Clark said in an interview with reporters. Now, in the past, of course, foreign exchange earnings have been even higher. So the claimants, 9 residents from communities in the affected areas, saw the injunction until their lawsuit against the companies is determined. The trial is set for November 20 to December 15 this year. See? But the ruling could take months after that. They are contending that the mining activities have breached or are likely to breach their fundamental right to life, the right to receive information, and the right to reside in any part of Jamaica. But the bauxite companies have counterclaimed that the judge's decision is wrong and that there are grave implications for the local industry. Now, following a case management conference in the Court of Appeal, an expedited hearing of the appeal against the injunction is set for March 20, 2021. Interesting. Now, Justice Nemard failed to grapple with the potential blow to the economy and their business if the planned mining was not allowed to take place, they argued. The learned judge failed to sufficiently consider the evidence from them and the Attorney General that ought to lead to a finding on any reasonable exercise of judicial discretion that the balance of convenience rests in favor of the companies specifically and the Jamaican economy generally and against the grant of an interim injunction, they said. According to the companies, by restricting the impact on the companies to financial hardship and financial losses, the judge ignored and failed to demonstrate that she considered the real prospect of closure of their operations and that their business would be irreparably ruined if the second Noranda Jamaica Partners to and their appellant New Day Alumina Jamaica Limited companies were denied the right to access and mine reserves in Special Mining Lease Area 165, 172, and 173. Given the depleted levels of reserves in SML 165 and SML 172, the issue of the high silica content access to reserves in the permitted area of 173 is critical to the survival of the appellant companies. And interim injunction in circumstances where a trial is 1 year away would sound a death knell for the appellant companies the appellant are contending. Now, the bauxite alumina industry is a major source of foreign exchange in Jamaica. Yeah, I'm sure. The mining industry accounts for more than 2% of the country's gross domestic product. In 2021, Noranda said the company, which employed more than 1,000 persons, I suppose that should be people, directly and another 2,000 indirectly contributed some $84 million annually to the economy through salaries and procurement of local supplies. The 25-year-old renewable lease under SML 173 was originally approved in August of 2018. At the time, earnings were estimated at $150 million per year, US, that is. The permit has since been amended. And the story continue and continue. Long enough. Me I go read it because I have fought this fight for a long time. Zane, meanwhile, the companies say Justice Nemard erred in attributing to the bauxite companies an intention to do blasting, contrary to their evidence that there has not been any such activity in excess of 12 years, and that they had no intention of conducting blasting using dynamite in any of their operations. They have also taken issue with the judge's findings that the residents stand to lose far more than financial resources, and that they stand to lose their way of life and livelihoods, face deterioration in the quality of their health, losses for which money cannot really compensate. Naranda said that finding was based on speculation or unconvincing evidence. The residents have complained of breaches to their rights to enjoy a healthy and productive environment free from the threat of injury and damage, from the threat of, or damage from environmental abuse and degradation of the ecological heritage and the right to protection from degrading treatment. They have also appealed aspects of Nemard's ruling. According to them, the judge erred in accepting as credible a submission from the bauxite firms that mining activities in areas covered by SML 165 and 172 have ceased, except in parts where reclamation work is ongoing, and that such a submission was never challenged. The resident had argued that the mining in those areas impacted their health, contaminated water supplies, and destroyed crops. They want the Court of Appeal to extend the injunction to cover activities being undertaken in SML 165 and 173. So the residents are being represented by King's Counsel Michael Hilton. Now, Ransford Braham, King Counsel, is consultation with the attorney at law, Glenford Watson, in representing Naranda Bauxite Partners, blah, blah, blah. King's Counsel, Carleen Lamont, instruct, one will pass something. So, and stuff. Yes, we can't bother with the whole of them something there. I don't know how I feel about this already, Zane. I am not opposed to mining essentially, and I am speaking now as a high school teacher of geography for 15, 16 years. There's nowhere that mining has taken place where the geological, ecological, hydrological, and historical value of the land has not been degraded. I said that again. There is nowhere, based on my experience as a high school teacher of geography for over a decade and a half, where bauxite mining has taken place, where there has not been adverse degradation, deterioration of the ecological, geological, hydrological, and historical value of the lands mined in the past. Impossible. And my issue with this is that SML 173, and I've spoken about this many times, I have one whole playlist of videos about SML 173. Zane, my contention of above all things with SML 173 is that when the survey was being done to demarcate the boundaries of the Cockpit country protected area, that area was conveniently left out, and it is on the doorstep of the boundary. See? And within that area, there are underground aquifers where water will supply the western end of the island and some parts of central Jamaica. It would be adversely affected. You understand? The historical value of some areas within SML 173 is significant. You understand what I say? So let us not kid ourselves. And again, in my view, I think that strategically SML 173 was left out of the Cockpit country protected area because of the perceived value that it has. And we have heard all sort of nonsense about they only want 15% of the entire era, yes. And I've made it clear before that 15% that they're saying that they want is 100% of what them actually want. So the 15% of SML 173 that they're going to mine will provide 100% of the material that they need. Crap. And again, we talk about Noranda this and Noranda that. The largest stakeholders in Noranda is the government of Jamaica. I'll say it again. I remember, you know, we rely on... I mean, know this a topic inside out. I've been on this for years. Me go chill on repeatedly, go talk to people, go look for it myself. I have... And I'll go as far as to say that whilst my expertise is not specifically mining or bauxite per se, being a teacher of geography, I teach mining as a part of the CXC syllabus, the curriculum. You understand? And with everything else that I have learned about hydrology and geology, zine and ecology, I am able to speak very fluently and confidently about the situation affecting the Cockpit country and the potential ravages that will occur in SML 173. You understand what I say? From Ulster Spring, go all the way around, so all of them place there. Alps, all of them place there. Problem. And come on. So, mining, yes, but where? So again, I am not 100% opposed to mining, even though I know the environmental implications of same. However, not in SML 173, and that is simply it. You understand? So don't come and tell me about says only 15% of the area you want. Yes, 15%, but that 15% will give you 100% of what you need. I will not fool. You see me I say? But many people don't pay attention to it. It's not important to them. People busy lead them life. People, it not affect them, so it don't matter to them. But them not understand so the water where them getting at them pipe, zine, the Cockpit country is important in the supply of same water and the sustenance of flow in that water and all of them something. You understand what I say? So until it reaches the doorstep, it no matter to them. When they were marching in demonstration, like 10, 20 more than the amount of people, the size of the crowd should have been there. But, you know, people busy and live them life. And it's not entertaining needs. That is it. You understand? That is it. So, yes. And again, so we hear Noranda and New Day. But know this. Noranda and New Day is Jamaican government. Jamaican government is New Day and Noranda. They are the largest stakeholders in Noranda New Day Bauxite Partner Limited. Do not forget that for a minute. So not because it's a government of Jamaica. That is what it is. They are the leading shareholders in the company. But we continue this. Big up to Mr. Dixie down at Trelawney from STEER, the Southern Trelawney Environmental Association. I know how you feel about this and all the other people them down there. Big up on yourself. Mr. Dixie there, I need to link you, I want some Yamed. You understand? We need to talk to you about that. So we link up, you know you're good as a watch. You see me? And then sitting there. So peeps, I'm telling somebody the other day till 11 at 10:59. Yes, and we're not that far. I enjoy tonight. It's been a while. Enough time I say I go streaming at peeps. But then tiredness kidnapped me. You understand? Tiredness bother me most of the time. I get old, you know. You understand? And me look so young and fresh, you know. You understand? Yeah, I get old. So what I just think. Dancehall Thursday, I haven't been there in practically a month. Well, a month. You understand? For reasons I don't wish to get into here. So I just haven't been there. I know some people concerned because them say, oh, we give them the better quality and all of them something and thing. But sometimes I have to just breeze. You see it? And thing. So that did kind of rough. Because I reach home 3-4 o'clock a morning, then I have to get up by 7:30. So by Friday evening come around, my frost. You understand? So you know what I think. Last night I said I stream and then I remember what blood see me. So we there. I say I try to find some consistency with the stream thing. I don't even know it, but I have work on it. So I respect the ones that must still look out and check in and them something and You know what thing? I know people busy, I live them life and I take care of them family and them something there. You know what thing? We give thanks. We're there. Thanks to the people that must stick through the thing. The early technical difficulties. So I have to go sort that out now and try to figure that out because that is my preferred audio interface. That one is really and truly for when I take calls or you know what thing. Oh, yeah, me turn it down. But yeah, it bad see me, but not my preferred use. So peeps are there. Rebellious Boutique, why are you looking at me through 2, 4, 6, 8 4 pairs of eyes? Pair of eyes. Pair? Yeah. That, I remember, yeah, man, that's sitting there. 2, 8, yeah, them. What? Peeps, big up on yourself. Me soon. You understand? You know what I think? The work continues. So I appreciate the support and big up to the people that want to stick around from the technical difficulties. Earlier, big up to the people them where, you understand, share them views. Zane, who I am, big up yourself. I think at the first time I see the man, we appreciate the engagement and the interaction. You understand? And D&J, you know what I think, you know you're always there. Zane, we're not going to always see the thing eye to eye, and we're not going to always see the thing, you know, the same way, but we can discuss it in a civilized manner and we agree for disagree. And sometimes we agree. You understand? And sometimes my opinion is probably not the right opinion, and then sometimes your opinion is probably not the right opinion. You know what I think? Then say your opinion and your opinion say you can't wrong. But you know what I think? Say, yeah. And big up to the people them where, you understand, see the thing different from how we see it, but still can listen. I say, you know, I don't agree with Teach, but then I have to tell Teach about my mother like. You understand? And thing, me respect that. You see me I say? Expert, big up yourself, you know. You understand? He's a troublemaker, you know. But you're good people. Big up big up yourself. You understand me I say? Craig, big up yourself, you know. With all of the people them on the bizzle. You understand? Mahatma, 1989. Big up yourself. Think of the first time I see the name Jerome Young. Big up yourself, you know. Nix, manners and respect, you know. Cookie, all of the people, you know. Empress Sophia. Manners. You understand me I say? So we are look some consistency. So pray for we. Oh, so Rebellious Boutique say a night. Okay, my dear. I'll be there soon. You understand what I say? The people that draw me up, peeps, so me leave. Peeps, big up on yourself, you know. Anthony Ellis, manners and respect all of the people, them. You know what thing go? Art of love. Soon. Walk good. Step with Jah. Safe travel upon the gravel. I'm out.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this.
Hold on the peeps. Then me I left and then me say Cookie, then bless you on a local level. You understand? Vibes Promo Entertainment. Big up yourself, you know. Empress Cookie. Empress MS. Big up yourself, you know. You understand? Empress Jobless. If you are listening, big up yourself. Hope the recovery are going on a level. You understand? Give thanks. Lady Cookie, really appreciate it. You know the thing go. You understand? Always sharing the cookie. We give thanks. You understand? Big up yourself, Queen. Peeps! Me out again. Look more. I want this money to make me come back. I'm gone.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.